All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, let me give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Qadash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well. They continually feed the flock with 100% truth. They do that free of charge, and they uplift and they magnify the name of Yahweh and also the name of Yahweh Shai. Let me say shalom, citations, mercy, and blessings to all the sincere brothers that's out there that push this word with truth and with faith, striving to be a part of the hopeful elect, to the very best of their ability, doing the right thing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai, also doing their part to uplift and to magnify the names of Yahweh and also the names of Yahweh Shai. And to you very few sisters that's out there that sincerely do believe in and seeking to do the right thing, to you as well, I do say shalom. My name is Tabawa Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. I'm coming back with another message. My hope is that the message itself is received. If the Lord allows it, I pray there's some edification that comes from this scripture that was on my mind earlier. I figured I'll go ahead and do a lesson to translate this New Testament scripture into the Lashawan Qadash, the Holy Tongue. All right. We will be using the Paleo Hebrew. Okay. I did take the time to write that down in a notepad. And also we can look at it here in the Assyrian text using the website sharshalom.us. Okay. The scripture that I had in mind is the book of Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, and verse 8 and verse 9. Okay. Reading this, I believe this version is the NLT. In fact, let me check real quick. I believe it's the NLT version. Ephesians chapter 2. I know it's not KJV. I know Shar Shalom doesn't use KJV, but I believe they do use NLT. It looks like NLT might be it. Maybe. Okay. This is the verse in the KJV. It says, "For by grace ye are saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is a gift of the Most High, not of works, lest any man should boast." All right, and this is a scripture, of course, that we use to combat pride. Okay, knowing that what we have, being the faith, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the spiritual gifts, it's all indeed that. It's a gift from Yahweh Shem Shai. It's not something that we've come up with ourselves. So we don't have any room to be puffed up for having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, that was something that was just freely given unto us. That's why we freely give it as well. Okay, and it says, not of works, lest any man should boast, or at least any man should be prideful. Okay, any man should be puffed up. All right, so it's not the NLT version, the Sar Shalom. I don't know what version they use, but the NLT says, "The Most High, or God, saved you by his grace when you believed, and you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from the Most High. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it," right? Because it's not about saying that you did this right or you did that right. It's about faith. It's where your heart's at, okay? So reading this off the Sar Shalom, again, I'm sorry, I don't know what version this is, but the scripture that they have, it says, "For by grace ye have been saved through faith. It is not of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High, not of works, lest any man should glory." So it's really close to the KJV. It's just the word they have is glory instead of boast, which is the telltale sign for me to let me know that that's not KJV. Anyway, so over here we have this written out in the Assyrian text for what's being written here in the Hebrew. And like I said, I did write this out in the using the Paleo characters, okay? As I am more familiar with the Paleo characters, I can read both. I prefer the Paleo characters, and anytime I'm jotting down notes or writing something, handwriting something, I'm always using the Paleo characters, okay? I can read the Syrian text, these ones. I wouldn't even know where to begin to start to write these because I am accustomed to writing in the Paleo. Okay, so I can read these fine and tell the letters, but I would really have to rack my brain to think of each character if I had to just write them willy-nilly. All right, but either way, let's go ahead and let's go over this. What this is in the Lashawan Qadash. Okay, and this is word for word the exact same thing we have right here. Like, for example, you see right here, it says, Kaya Bakasad, Kaya Bakasad, all right? And then right here, again, same thing being written, just different alphabet, Kaya Bakasad, okay? So it's the same thing right there, all right? So reading it, starting right here at Kaya, and reading from the right to the left, from the top to the bottom. This is what it says. It says, Kaya Bakasad Nashatam Nashaitam Al Yadya Ha Amawana Wala'a Ma Yadkam Hayatha Za'ath Kaya Mathath Alahayim Haya'a La'a Matawak Hamashyam. I'm sorry. Hamaishyam. Shala'a Yath Halol Ayash. Okay? Let's go over that one more time and then we'll go through it word for word. Kaya Bakside Nawashatham. I'm sorry, I keep pronouncing that wrong. Nawashaitham. Okay? This is this word right here that we're looking at. Nawashaitham. Okay? Al Yadya Ha Amawana Wala'a Mayadkam Hayathath Za'ath Kaya Mathath Alahayim Haya'a La'a Mathawak Hamaish Yam Shala'a Yath Halol Ayash. Okay? Kaya means four. Okay? Kaya for Ba Kasad. Ba Kasad means in grace. The word for Kasad means grace. It also means mercy. Let's take a look at the word for Kasad real quick. Let's go to the Strongs. We'll go into the Blue Letter on the website, blueletterbible.org. We'll type in Strong's H2617. All right, this word is Kasad. Okay. Looking at the definition, kindness by implication towards the Most High, piety rarely, by opposition, reproof. All right, beauty, favor, good deed, kindly, loving, kindness, merciful, mercy, pity, reproach. Let's look at these usages. It says goodness, kindness, faithfulness, a reproach, shame. Okay, kasad. All right. Now there's different, like you see right here, the root word is also chasad. This is a verb, all right, which looking at the usages means to be good, to be kind, all right, kindness, be approached, be ashamed. If you type in for the word mercy, all right, you get the word chasad as well, okay. Let's look at the lexicon, all right. You got chanan. And then you have right here, chasad. All right, that's the Strong's 2617. Okay, so that's the same chasad that we have. All right, it's used as mercy. It's used as let me move down. It's used as mercy. It's used as kindness. It's used as loving kindness, goodness. Okay, merciful, so on and so forth. Okay, so you have the verb kanan. You also have the verb chasad. All right. Anyway, so grace, in grace, ba chasad. All right, that's what they have written here. That's what you see written right here, ba chasad. Okay, so it's the same thing I have right here, ba chasad. Okay, so in grace, kaya, ba chasad. The next word we have right here is nawashai thumb. Nawashai thumb, which means you have been saved. Okay, yashai is the root word that's in there for to save. Nawashai thumb. Okay, you have been saved. Okay, and then you have al yadya. Al yadya. Al yadya. Al means upon or through, and then yadya basically, technically, it means your hand. But those together means by the means of or through your hands. All right, you have been saved, but this is telling us it's not through your head. It's you've been saved, and then these words together, al yad ya, pretty much means by the means of. Okay, technically what it means is upon your hand, but them together as it is, as it's written right here, al yad ya, what it's standing for is by means of or through. Okay, through. And then we have the word ha amawana, which means the faith. Ha means the, and then amawana means faith. Okay. Wa means and not. Wa means and. La'a means not or no. Okay. And then again, we have ma yad kam. Yad meaning hands. Okay. Ma means of is short for man or mana, depending on who you're speaking to. Okay. Man means of or from. And then the kam at the end of it makes it plural. Yad is hands. So my yad kam, of your hands, or really what this is supposed to mean is of yourselves. Okay. You got hayatha, which means it was. And then you got za'ath, which means this. Kaya, for. Mathaf is the word that they're using for gift. Okay. Mathaf, guess it's going to be over here. Kaya mathaf. Okay. Kaya for mathaf, for the word for gift. Okay. Let's take a look at the word for gift in the blue letter, the website. We'll type in Strong's H479. Okay. And the word they have is the word here is alak. Did I write that down right? This isn't it. 479. Perhaps I didn't write that down right. Let's see. Gift. All right. Gift. Okay. Got a couple of words here. We got ashakar. Okay, for a gift, a present. Manakha, which means gift. Okay, word we're looking for. Let me see. There we go. Mathath. All right. The word we're looking for is mathath. And I did not write that. I didn't write that anywhere close to right. Okay. Mathath. Okay, maybe I was trying to write the H4979. Mathana. Okay, gift he is able, but it's the same as this Mathath down here. Strong's 4991. Change that in my notes so I don't H4991. Let me look at this one, because maybe it was this and it was an altered form. So let's take a look at the Browns driver Briggs. Bear with me just real quick. Okay. Mathan. Okay. Nope. Okay. All right. I think I just wrote down the wrong number. Hey, it happens. So Mathath, okay, gift. All right, as we see right here in the blue letter, Mathath, okay, a gift, a present. It is a gift from the Lord. And again, this is what's being used in the Sar Shalom, okay, Kaya Mathath. I'm just pretty good at finding these words in the blue letter. So that's our finding the lexicon form. Okay, so the word here, Mathath, is the word for gift. Kaya, for, and Mathath means gift. Okay, the next word there is Alahayim, which we know means angels or powers. Haya'ah, it is. La'ah, not. This word we have is Mathawak. Mathawak means from, out of. Okay, Mathawak. From the word man. Okay. And then the wak is out, or out of. Okay. And then we have ha-ma-aish yum. Ha-ma-aish yum. Okay. We're looking at the word for works. Okay. Ma'aisha means works, but this is being plural, so it's yum. Let's take a look at the word for works. Ma'aisha. All right. Strong's H. Hopefully I wrote this one down correctly. 4639. Ma'aisha. Okay. This is the word that is being used here. Ma'aisha. Okay. A product. Okay. Property, art, basement, business, deed, doing, labor, thing made, where of making, occupation, thing offered, operation, possession. Okay. Deed, work, thing done, act. This isn't something that we have done. Undertaking, enterprise. Okay. I feel like in the last couple of Hebrew lessons we've gone over words that speak about works and enterprise. In fact, I did a word on on the scripture. What was the scripture? Not loving. Let us love in deed and truth. Oh, also there was a scripture I did also in Proverbs. I'm trying to scramble through notes real quick, but I don't see it. There was a scripture I also did in Proverbs not too long ago. Commit thy works unto the Lord. Proverbs the 16th chapter. And the word, I believe this same word was being used there. Ma'aisha. Okay. Which means works, a deed. Okay. Act, labor, business, enterprise, so on and so forth. Okay. I'm not sure if the one from oh man, what was that scripture? It's at the tip of my tongue. I hate when I'll put myself on the spot like this and then I can't remember exactly what it was that that the scripture was. But either way, we'll continue with this lesson. If it comes to me before we end the video, then it comes to me. If not, then so be it. Anyway, though, this word for works is ma'aisha. All right. So that's the word being used here as the basis for this word. Ha-ma'aish yum. Ha-ma'aish yum. Ha, the, ma'aish from ma'aisha. And then the yum at the end, making it plural. The works. Sala'ah means so that not. Okay. Shala'ah, I'm sorry. Shala'ah, so that not, or least. Okay. And then you got yath halal. Yath halal means should praise. Halal meaning praise. Okay. Yath halal, I believe, is being used in a specific verbal stem for the ya natha to appear in front of it. All right, especially for the tense that it's being used in. So should praise, and then you got ayash, which means man. All right. So again, the scripture itself says, "For by grace have ye been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves; it is the gift of the Most High, or of the angels," as we've seen that word is Allahayim, "not of works, that no man should boast." Okay. Kaya ba-chasad nawashaitham al yadiyah ha-amawana wala'ah mayadkam hayatha za'ath kaya mathath alahayim haya'ah la'ah mathawak ha-ma'aish yam shala'ah yath halal ayash. All right. For by grace are you saved. For by grace have you been saved. All right. Kaya baksad nawashai thumb. Through faith. Al yadya ha amawana. Okay. Let's just say, and that not of yourselves. Wala'ah mayadkum hayatha za'ath kaya mathum alahayim. It is a gift of the Most High, or it is a gift of the angels, not of works. Okay. Haya la'a mathawak hama'ashyam, that no man should glory, or that no man should boast. Shala'a, or that no man should praise, pretty much praise themselves. Shala'a, yath halal ayash. Let's look up this word for, let's look up the word halal as well. Okay, it's using the word for glory. All right, let's look up that word again as well too. Glory or praise. And we're looking for the word halal. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Halal. Here we go. Halal, the Strong's H1984. All right. To shine, hence to make to a show, to boast, and thus to be clamorous, foolish, to rave, causatively to celebrate, also to stultify, stultify. All right, make boast, celebrate, commend, make a deal, glory. Let's take a look at the usages. To shine, flash forth light, to praise, boast, be boastful, to be boasted, to praise. Okay, there you go. So that is Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, verses 8 and verse 9 in the Lashawan Qadash. Let me pull this back up. Feel free to screenshot that, or, do as you please with it. Okay, hopefully this made sense to you. All right, again, this was based off of what we found here in this Sar Shalom, okay, which you can find this at sarshalom.us. You go under Ephesians chapter 2, and you look here at verse 8 and verse 9, and this is just written out in the Assyrian text, okay, and this is it just written out in the Paleo text, going through it word for word. So continue to cry out unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai in hopes that we can get the hell up out of this place really soon. And until next time, I'm going to say shalom.